Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. Now, this is an interesting one to review. I'll get to that in a second. So this is Hank Howard, Pizza Detective in Caligula's Safe, out this week from Bad Idea. So the story is written by Robert Venditti. David Lapham is the artist. Simon Bowland is the letterer. And then there's a B-side story called Save Now from Matt Kindt. Tomas Giorello is the art. Does the art. Diego Rodriguez is the colorist. Dave Sharp is the letterer. All right, so this is the one that it's kind of weird to review. And the reason it's weird to review is this comic, you should not be able to get this in comic shops right now. The rule was this comic would be available for 24 hours only in comic shops. They had this week's Wednesday new releases to sell it. Any comics they did not sell had to be returned to Bad Idea. So, in theory, you should not see any in comic shops. Now, I mean, I think there's no reason a comic shop couldn't have bought them all for $1 themselves and, resell them. I don't think that would break Bad Idea's rules. You can obviously find them on eBay. But generally, the comics had to be bought and either picked up or shipped out, but generally at least bought on this Wednesday. So it's kind of an odd one. It's a really, really odd one to review. So I did a review on our site, the written review, but I kind of wanted to follow up on a video review as well. It's an interesting comic, just one because of the release schedule, which I've got many thoughts on, and maybe someday I'll share that. But the other is it's a $1 comic. It's a whole $1. And for $1, it's worth picking up. It's definitely worth the value of $1. Now the question is it worth the value of going to the comic shop and making a special trip? That I'm not so convinced on. It's an entertaining story. Hank Howard's Pizza Detective in Caligula's Safe it's funny. It's entertaining. It's funny. It plays with detective tropes. It throws it all out there. Like there's a lot going for it. The story itself, it's good. It's not one that I'm gonna go and talk to people forever about and be like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. It's one if I'm going to the comic shop on Wednesday and this was here, I would pick it up for the $1. If it was available during the week, yeah, I would make total sense. Maybe swing by on a Saturday or Sunday and grab it. But going to a comic shop and specifically going on that Wednesday to get it, that feels a little bit of a stretch of the hurdles you need to go to get this. It's not quite that level of I need it right now. And it's not saying it's bad, but there's a lot of things that go with going to a comic shop. You have to go and you go to it. You hop in a car or take a subway or go for a walk or whatever. There is a bit of effort to get to it. And I debated. I didn't have any other comics that I needed to grab this week, so this was literally it that I had to grab. And if I didn't grab it by 7 o'clock, I wasn't going to get it. So it's a tough one in that. The story is decent and it's entertaining, and as a B-side, if it was a B-side and any issue, I would have been fine with it. But on its own, it's okay. The art is again okay, and David Lapham is doing some good stuff, some interesting stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of the style, but it works for the stories that they're telling. The interesting one is the Save Now on the back, the kind of a teaser for a series coming up. And that pretty much is All You Need Is Kill. Edge of Tomorrow, the film, was based off of All You Need to Kill. The story is about a team of superheroes, each with their own powers. Their leader, however, has the coolest power and is able to go back in time to a certain point, but has to live out his life from that point. So in this case, he can go back 30 years, but whatever age is now, it's not like he de-ages. He goes back at that age and he lives through that time period. At least that seems to be what they're setting up. There's a twist at the end that involves that time travel, whatever you want to call it, time reset. And that has me intrigued to see what's coming more. I mean, I actually think out of the two stories, Save Now seems to be the stronger one and had me a bit more intrigued as to wanted to see what's next. So it's funny the Hank Howard actually feels like a B-side to Save Now teaser, as opposed to Save Now teaser being the B-side to Hank Howard. And it's good. Again, with the main thing, I don't know if it's necessarily worth the $1. It'll be interesting to see what's printed in Save Now. I don't know if what's released here is going to be reprinted or not, but like it's solid. So I mean, it's good. Like, again, I don't know if it's worth a special trip to the comic shop, and it's definitely, I don't think any of this is worth more than the dollar it's being sold for. You know, maybe a couple bucks, but like if this is going for stupid money, like some of the other Bad Idea stuff, like it's no, it's not worth it. So yeah, I mean, for me, this is ones that are for the diehard collectors. It's for the diehard Bad Idea fans. You know, it's for the diehards, and you know that's fine if a publisher wants to go for that. But like, you only have so many Wednesday Warriors that you can get in. So yeah, I mean, this is an interesting one. We'll see what else they do in the future. I think like a week-long release schedule makes a bit more sense than like a 24 hours one. 24 hours digital would be really interesting, but you know, a week-long or a 24-hour in a day, I've got some issues with. I have actually many issues with. But yeah, that's me personally. You can see, obviously, I didn't have enough that I didn't go get it. So, you're gonna have to go get this on the second market. Honestly, like this is not one we can link to. You know, maybe we'll find some links out there, but generally, this is gone. At least it should be if shops are doing what they're supposed to. So yeah, sorry on that one. We had links during the day for those wanting it. And yeah, that's about on this one. If you want the latest comic news, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.